I'm the Magicest. Chapter 5. I'm over here. Mr. Vacan, Madoka, and Sayaka had no way to stop Charlotte. She was trying to bite their heads off like she did to Mommy, so they all ducked their heads into their shirts to pretend they had no heads. Kyubey slapped Madoka and Sayaka with his air tentacles. Madoka, Sayaka, you brats, look at what has happened. Mommy has been killed by that witch because you didn't make a contract with me. Madoka questioned while wearing a professor's mortarboard and glasses. Does that mean that Mr. Vacan will be killed by the witch too? While she said that, Mr. Vacan was still busy shooting fireballs out of his suitcase at Charlotte, but she knew to defend herself by summoning cold walls of ice cream that extinguished the flames. Kyubey nodded while doing it. So, unless you want Mr. Vacan to die, make the contract with me. Sayaka had to think about that one, but Madoka didn't want Mr. Vacan to get hurt. He did a much better job of cooking bacon and eggs than her mother could ever do. So she adjusted her dress, pulled up her stockings, and got ready to make her contract. That won't be required. Homura broke into the witch's portal, flipped her long hair, and pulled out a round bomb, lighting the fuse. Charlotte noticed the bomb and paused to wonder what Homura was up to. And then, Homura painted the bomb a nice shade of cherry red, making it look like an actual cherry. A very big actual cherry. And that made Charlotte hungry for cherries, which she could not create for herself. So Homura threw the cherry bomb and Charlotte swallowed it whole, and when the bomb detonated, Charlotte exploded into a million pieces of candy, which Mr. Vacan started to collect and eat. Homura noticed the decapitated corpse of Mommy lying on the ground and looking bored, so she provided her sympathetic epitaph. I guess you could say that Mommy Tomoe. Homura flipped her hair and put on some sunglasses. Couldn't keep ahead. Madoka and Sayaka were deeply offended at Homura's harmless joke and started to cry. Sayaka pointed out, you were so totally rude for not, showing up earlier. What kept you? Homura replied, I had to find a pencil, and showed them a pencil that looked like it was used to stab something. Meanwhile, Mr. Vacan almost chipped his teeth on a strange piece of candy. Ow! What kind of candy is this? It's all black and round and looks a little like my gumball. He brought his green gumball out, which looked like there was some steam trapped in it. Kyubey hopped to Mr. Vacan and saw what he was about to do. Mr. Vacan, you found that witch's jelly bean. Mommy knew Mr. Vacan would really believe it was a witch's jelly bean. If she were still alive, that is. Kyubey continued without moving his mouth. The jelly bean can be used to clean the steam off of your gumball. And that's what it did. Mr. Vacan's gumball was as food as new, and Kyubey took the jelly bean for himself. And Homura gestured to Madoka and Sayaka, once again flipping her hair. Do you see what happens to magical girls? They die. Madoka protested. Mommy didn't die! She got killed! Sayaka disagreed with Madoka. Yeah, and Mr. Vacan and you so totally did not die. Homura shrugged. Mr. Vacan is a magical boy. I have not learned anything about how magical boys differ from magical girls. And then Madoka pulled out her mortarboard hat and nerd glasses while stating, You will find that magical boys and magical girls are very different in anatomy. For you see, the magical boy has a unique body part. Sayaka slapped some tape over Madoka's mouth before Kyubey could hear the rest. But Homura reiterated and repeated herself once more. If you value your life and everything you hold dear, you will not make a contract with Kyubey Dooby-Doo. Kyubey heard his name and said, Rot-row, and ran into a series of connected hallways. And now that the witch was gone, they were all taken out of the portal and back into school. Class was over, and Hitomi noticed Madoka and Sayaka crying because Mommy was dead. Hitomi was rude. Sayaka, Madoka, what's wrong? Did Kyosuke die? But she ignored Mr. Vacan, who was not crying because he was too worried about not being able to give Mommy a new couch. He sure wished that he could wish for a new couch to give to Mommy, but he had already made his wish. Also, Mommy was dead. Later that day, Madoka was sad. Homura vanished again. Mr. Vacan was busy buying more groceries. Sayaka was visiting Kyosuke, the handsome boy, in the hospital. Mommy was dead, and Kyubey was nowhere to be found. So she decided to take her mind off of things by going to the mall to buy herself some materials. I'm over here, roared Kyubey as he caught up with Madoka. So they traveled to the mall together, but Madoka was still sad that Miyumi's chest was turned flat by Charlotte. Kyubey, why didn't you tell me that being a magical girl was so dangerous? Kyubey swaggered. I thought you would have known. Don't you watch magical girl anime shows? Madoka pondered. Not really. While Madoka was in the mall, she noticed Hitomi walking by, carrying a lot of paper bags. She called out to get her attention, but Hitomi just ignored her as though Madoka had barfed in her cereal this morning. Madoka wanted to get up close to Hitomi to get more attention, but there she saw something odd. There was a strange mark on Hitomi's neck.